How are we going, everybody? After a crazy day of weather we had yesterday, which I never got outside at all because it was continuously raining, it wasn't heavy, and our hearts and thoughts go out to various parts of Victoria, especially those who are in flood-prone areas and are going through some extreme difficulties. Hopefully it all subsides quite quickly and you can get back to a normal life. Today we had a beautiful day, sunny day, a little bit breezy, and I've only just got out into the garden very late in the afternoon because I've been very busy doing other things today, unfortunately. But I was really concerned about the humidity yesterday with the moisture in here. There was a mist going on all day and worried about the disease becoming more prevalent because of that excess moisture and the humidity being so high. So I've come out to have a quick look and see what's going on in the garden. And there are a couple of plants that are yellowed off on the tips of their foliage. I'm just going to, here's one here for example. The tomatoes. You're going to get a lot of that going on. I know we touched base on this a few days ago, but especially with the weather that we're experiencing, I've just got to recap on it. And I just finished Radio Talkback on SBS and about to do 3AW tonight, and every question is my tomato leaves are going yellow. They're growing really fast, they're growing really high, and that's because of the change and fluctuation in temperature that we have. I'm talking about Victoria at the moment, and I'm sure other states you experience similar sort of environments where your plants grow too quickly, they don't set fruit, and it's not necessarily the nutrient level in the soil that's causing that, but rather the adverse weather changes that are occurring and just, giving the plants a real hard time. Diseases, especially on tomatoes. This is the most I've found so far on plants, 1 or 2 leaves at the bottom. And you should be removing them regardless so you can get airflow going through there because they will get a lot more disease like this, especially if the weather is unstable. You can sit there and spray them till the cows come home. That's really going to do very little on them, and I prefer you guys not to be spraying because I don't spray at all. I do mention a lot of preventative sprays you can do on certain plants, fruit trees, leaf curl and nectarines and things like that, but when it comes to annual plants like your tomatoes and your lettuce plants, trying to take preventative measures or putting barriers up, deterrents like that, rather than having to coat the plant with a bloody chemical that will somewhat protect it, but sometimes not really control it completely. Chemicals, well, you've got bicarb soda. That's a nice natural way of controlling fungal problems. You've got bluestones and sulfurs, and I've spoken about those many a times. But one in particular thing I do want to talk about and brief on lightly, and I'll go into more details on the next episode, and that's fruit fly. Now, there's fruit fly going on crazy in Victoria. I know other states in the warmer regions in Australia have already had it and have had to live with it for a number of years. I've had some emails come through, share your experiences, and even if you've got some great tips in controlling it as a preventative, you need insect netting, and more so, you need your fruit fly traps installed there as well. You can make your own. They have a choice of either a protein, sorry I'm hearing noise in the background, and Warwick is eating one of my plants, which she is, but it's a dead one. Now, they either go with the protein or they go with the sugars. They have a preference of either of those two, but they'll be attracted to either, let's go Vegemite, Coca-Cola if you like, mix it all together. It's just a concoction that's really nasty, but it does attract them. Put them in a bottle and they'll punch some holes in it. They'll go into it. You can see a lot of stuff online, or you can get our Fruition fruit fly trap, which is designed for that specifically. It does catch and attract the egg-laying female fruit flies, so that's what you want to get. It's not just the young adults, the juvenile fruit flies that fly around looking for mates. It's the egg-laying ones who are doing the damage, and that's the ones you need to attract. So you put up your traps around the garden, not in the middle. Do not install something sitting over the top of the garden like that. You need to have it on the outside. Hopefully you can get them to be attracted to that rather than going into the middle of the garden bed. And especially with trees, don't set them up inside the tree. On the perimeter of the trees is where you should be installing them. If you do have it, you need to harvest all the fruit and vegetables that are infected. Take them, put them in a plastic bag, tie the bag up, leave it out in the sun to bake, and that's called solarizing it. That will kill off any living insects in there, whether they're eggs or adults are about to emerge, and that way you destroy them without them spreading anywhere else. If you've never experienced it before, I wish you'd never do, and if you just experience it, I trust you will take active action to controlling it from spreading. Notify your neighbours as well if they don't know about it, because it is a nasty pest that is getting around, and it's hit the Victorian borders, it's hit the Yarra Valley regions. It's creeping around various suburbs. So look, if you've got it, share it on this page, let us know if it's your first sighting of it. Even if you've got a photo of it and you're not sure of it, we'll try and help you identify it to make sure it is or isn't one of those. And at the end of the day, take the active measures that you need to do. Fruition fruit fly traps we have online. There are many other products out there as well. This is more of a problem than a product placement for you guys. It's about taking control of something that I wish will never hit our region, and they're very adaptive from what I've noticed. They are starting to like the cooler climate, and somewhat our climate's getting a bit warmer at the same time, so opposite ends are starting to meet somewhere comfortable in the middle, and we are in trouble if we do nothing about it. Isn't that right, Cara? That's good. That's good. Good girl. Check out our website, vasilisgarden.com, for everything you need every day. From me, Vasili Maresi.